Welcome back. Today we're talking about how to create technical drawings in Fusion. Very basic, how to set up the page, how to put on some dimensions. Later videos will cover more in-depth concepts like center marks, angles, and tolerances. So let's hop right over and jump right into it. Okay, so either through Schoology or the link below, you're linked to this page, and we are going to do right here the drawing for the L. So to get that, you're going to need to get into the file so that you can get the part. So we're going to need to go ahead and download this part. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the download button, and then I'm going to save it to the downloads area of my computer. Okay, now that we're in Fusion, I have my demo folder open. So I'm going to go ahead and hit upload, and I'm going to select from the downloads F28 the L, and we're going to go ahead and hit upload. And then once it's uploaded, which could take a second or two, there we are, we can go ahead and open it up. Now this is a relatively simple part, and it really is only here to show the basics of how to do dimensioning. So now that we have the part opened in Fusion, we are going to go ahead and create a drawing. The easiest way to do that is go to Design, Drawing from Design, and then we are going to go to Templates. Now, in a previous video, I believe F22 or F23 in my current sequence, it talks about how to create ANSI and ISO drawing templates. We're going to use one of those. So you're going to go Browse, and then ultimately you're going to your templates folder, and then you're going to choose the template you want to use. This is a relatively simple part, and we are going to print them in class. And to use the school district's paper versus mine, we're going to use the 8.5 by 11. And let's go ahead and hit select and click OK. And you're going to get another file opened, and it's going to be untitled. We'll save it in a minute. And then you're going to get your part here. And we're just going to bring it in, and we're going to click once to set it in place. And we have options here of changing the view if the view we get is not the view we want. In this case, you're bringing it in, it should be the front view, and the front view is our best view. We can also change its scale if we wish. It's setting us at half scale. We're going to upgrade it to 1:1 because there's not a lot of dimensions that go on this part. And then we're going to go ahead and click OK. And you're going to notice it automatically defaults in the material, the mass, the sheet number, and the title. We're going to go ahead, and our first thing is we're going to do our layout. And our layout is that we need our other views, our top view, our right view, and our isometric view. So to do that, you're going to go right here to project views. You're going to click on the front view to say that's where we want to drive it off of, and then we can go up to click for the top. We can go over to the right and put it over here for the ISO. We can line it up down here for the right. And then, of course, we could do bottom and left, ISOs in all the different directions if we wanted them. We only want these three views, so we're going to go ahead and click OK. Now, we want this view to be shaded because ultimately the only point of this view is to give the person who's making this, which is why we would make a technical drawing, an idea of what the finished product looks like. So I'm going to double click on it, and I'm going to change it from parent to shaded, and that will turn this piece and this piece only shaded. If I change the parent, which is this one, all of them will change. So we're going to go ahead and hit close, and we now have our basic layout. Now the next thing I do in the sequence of creating a drawing is I want to make sure the title block is fully done. So I'm going to double click on it, which is going to bring us in here, and we can put in our drawing number. Our drawing number for this part is 101 and then 28. Remember, this is class IED, which is class 1. Fusion is the first project we worked on, so it's 01, and this is 28 because currently it's F28. We're going to go ahead and click on Rev and change Rev to 1 because this is the first revision of this design. Every time we change it, this number goes up by 1. And then don't forget to hit Enter, and then go ahead and hit Finish Properties. We now have the basics of the drawing document laid out. Let's save it before we forget to, so go ahead and hit Save. It's just going to add the word drawing to the end of whatever title you have. And now we need to do the basics of dimensioning. And in previous lessons in class, we've talked about the rules for dimensioning. One of the first rules is we need to put the three basic dimensions. What is this overall width? What is its overall height? And what is its overall depth? So let's add those. Up here is our dimensioning tools. We're going to click on dimension. So we need to know how wide this thing is. So from here to here, pull it straight down and align it. It's 1.5 inches wide. How tall is it? We're going to click here to here. Pull it out straight. It's 2.75. And then how thick is its thickest part? Right here to here. And it's 0.7 thick. So we have our three basic dimensions, which is our first and foremost task to get on hand, to get on the sheet. Next we need to do is we need to determine that it is fully dimensioned. So there's more numbers. We don't know how thick this part is over here. We don't know how wide this is here. So there's a very simple method to moving around a drawing and figuring out if it's fully dimensioned. So one thing to remember is any dimension up and down is shared between these two views. Any dimension left or right is shared between these two views. And any up and down dimension on the top view is shared with a left or right on the right side view. So it's very simple. Let's start at the bottom left corner of the front. How far is it from here to here? Well, it says right here at 2.75. How far is it from here to here? We don't know. It doesn't say it, so I'm going to put in that dimension. They're jammed together. We'll move that in a minute. How far is it from here to here? It doesn't say. There's no number telling us that. But if I put this number in, how far is it from here to here? We can use math to subtract this number from this number, telling us this is 2 inches. How far is it from here to here? Once again, it doesn't say, but we can use math, subtracting 1.5 from 0.6, or correctly, 0.6 from 1.5, telling us this is 0.9. So we don't need to put a number there. From here to here, it says it's 0.75. From here to here, it says it's 1.5 right there. Notice I'm only working with inside and outside corners. I didn't stop at the midpoint. Let's go to the top and repeat the process. How far from here to here? It does not say, but I'm to put a number here. Now, because left and right are shared with up and down, this number represents that number. So now I know this is 1.5. From here to here is this is 0.5. From here to here is 1.5. From here to here is 0.7. From here to here is 1.5 minus 0.6. From here to here is 0.7 minus 0.5, or 0.2. From here to here is 0.6. If we repeat that process on the last one, from here to here is 0.75. From here to here is 0.2 because we can subtract these two. From here to here is 2 because we can subtract these two. From here to here is 0.5. From here to here is 0.275. And from here to here is 0.75. Now, notice all the dimensions are put inside. We do not want to work on the outside unless we absolutely have to. So we did all that correctly. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to clean this up for ease of reading. It's kind of hard to read, especially here. So I'm going to hit escape to get out of dimensioning. I'm going to slide this one up a little bit. I'm going to slide this one down a little bit, gaining some space between the 0.6 and the 1.5. I'm also going to click on this 0.5 and drag it to the other side. So now everything is easy to read. The last thing we want to make sure is we want to balance dimensions. There are 2 dimensions on the top view, there are 2 dimensions on the front view, and there's 2 dimensions on the right side view, so it is balanced. Sometimes you're going to have an odd number, that's okay, but we want to try to make it as balanced as possible. And we're only doing this because ultimately, if we were having this made by a machinist somewhere, we want to make sure they don't make any mistakes, and we're just trying to make it easy for them to read. That concludes how to do F28, the basics of dimensioning. Make sure to save. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Hopefully you found this useful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.